Following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Hek'ma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
Players Lounge, come on in here. It's that time. Hump Day. Hek'ma Harrison is here. Former Cowboy safety Barry Church is here.
Let's do it.
Wearing his Mavericks hat.
Yes, sir.
It
didn't match.
Sir.
It didn't match what he had.
Yes, sir. You excited about that NBA Cup?
No, I don't, I get what they're going with it. I get it, but I haven't been an NBA guy until the, latter part of the season, until the playoffs start. That's when I start tuning in.
That's how you do baseball, too?
I don't even, hey, if it's a World Series, I might flick it. Oh, the World Series is on. There we go. Same with
bandwagoning.
Of course. Same thing with college basketball. We start until March Madness comes around, so that's just my
bandwagoning.
That's what I do.
Bandwagoning.
Outside of football,
Yeah.
That's
all
what you
levels
love.
with that. That's what I love, man. All levels with that.
You are like most Americans.
Yeah, it is.
Like most Americans, but
No, I'll go check a game out. Like in person, I'll go, regular season, go check one out. But I'm not sitting there just checking it out. Unless it's TNT with Charles and the crew. I'm watching the pregame. I might not even watch the game. I might just watch the pregame and then postgame just to be entertained by
There's
those
entertainment
four.
right there.
Man,
boy.
that is
That's
top
wrong.
level entertaining right there. Top level.
it is good stuff, man. It's good stuff. All right, lots of ways we can go here with the show, but I thought Dak Prescott had a pretty interesting comment. Jory Epstein, our used to be with Dallas Morning News and Yahoo Sports. So Jory spoke with Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott came out in favor of Mike McCarthy being back as the head coach.
Ooh. Fresh batch. Delivered.
How do we see it?
Man. Well, obviously, Prescott's input on this is going to be huge. He's your quarterback for the foreseeable future, so his input on who's going to coach this team, you got to take it. You got to take that input from him. But to me, it's tough, man, because just a couple weeks ago, before this mini win streak was going on, you had players talking about the head coach, talking about the work he puts in. Your head defensive player, maybe the best player on your team, was talking about the work ethic of a one Mike McCarthy. Then you go on the offensive side of the football. Your best player so far this season on the offensive side of the football, at least the skill position wise, CeeDee Lamb, talking about the creativity and how this offense is seeming stagnant. So yeah, two of your best players out there talking about the head coach, and then you go on a mini win streak, and then everything's all good again. And, we want the guy back. And I understand, Dak got love for the head coach. And if he wants him to stay, that's a big time endorsement. But I don't know. As soon as you lose another game, is somebody else going to come out and say something about Mike?
Yeah.
And then we back to square one. So that's a huge endorsement from your quarterback, because he's the leader of this team and he's going to be there for the foreseeable future. But I think you got to, put all things into account before you go ahead and sign Big Mike back.
No, y'all want to hear what you got to say. Yeah.
I think that Dak Prescott has always been a very good person at playing the game from a political standpoint, and so whatever you say, it's used against you. Right? What you say can be used against you. So you come out. First off, Mike helped you get a $60 million a year contract. How can you not come out and say something positive about the man?
He did do that.
Okay, so you owe him that little bit of gratitude. But if you have any questions about, hey, man, maybe we should change to do that, that's not something you take public, because he's got the bat line of Jerry.
Yeah.
So to me, you've got to do what he did. I'm not saying I don't believe him, but that's what you're supposed to do. As the leader of the team, you don't need to be creating any waves. Whatever Jerry does, Jerry's going to call you anyway. Jerry's not going to hire anybody who does not believe in number 4. Can't have a job. You simply cannot have the job. So what I heard him say yesterday was what I expected Dak Prescott to say. I like Mike McCarthy. I want Mike McCarthy back. That's what I expect him to say. I'm not saying I don't believe him, but that is who he is. Dak is not a guy like Aaron Rodgers going to sit up and say some stuff. Just not. That's not him. He's not about to rock the boat. It's not your boy Justin Fields last year was calling out the Bears coaches. Not that kind of guy. So when I heard him, like, that's on brand for Dak Prescott. And whatever Dak has to say that's anything other than just the right thing, he's going to go ahead and take it to Jerry. Look, Troy Aikman did not like Chan Gailey, but you didn't hear Troy Aikman shooting or blasting Chan Gailey out front. He never said anything. He said it behind the scenes. All players have certain issues. And by the way, what you said about Micah Parsons, Mike McCarthy, he tried to clean it up, and he said, "Man, I didn't speak properly about Mike McCarthy."
Yeah, but he did say
emotional. But he said, I was emotional. But I do take Mike at his word, as he had time to sit by his podcast, and then when he's talking to the media guys in there, I didn't mean it in that fashion. I'm a players guy. Because I believe in the players, and it's about the players, and not coaches' players. I'm talking about the players.
Could he have said, it's above my pay grade? Like, that's not my
we all know that.
Yeah, he could have said that.
He could have, but
for each pay,
I guess my
chose to
question,
endorse
what you just said, do you believe that what Dak is saying lacks sincerity from his point of view as a quarterback, or you think that he's towing the line as the company man, face of the franchise? That's what he's supposed to say. It's on brand with what Dak says when he does that.
Number one, on brand, but dude, I mean, Hek'ma, if you were my coach and you helped me get me $60 million, I'm gonna sit up here and cut for you.
Okay, but in the same breath, you say that. Can it be a working relationship between them two and Dak saying basically this offense works for me? Because this last season, we can go, all we can go off of is what happened last season to get you in position to get that contract. So I guess where the mixed messages for me kind of confusing is when Dak says something to endorse Mike, it's like, that's just Dak. That's just Dak. Dak says all the right things. But he can't just come out and say, that's my man. Like, let's give him more to be successful with. When everybody at the beginning of the season was talking about the talent of this roster and feeling like Mike was being set up to fail. But you don't feel like that anymore because it's like, we just move on and do something different. The disrespect of Mike McCarthy from the beginning of the season to where we are right now is epic. For the people that won't step out of line and say, have you ever seen a guy be stripped down? No. Have you ever seen a guy be stripped down the way that he was from talent on this roster that might go into the front office? No, go into Jerry's office and say, hey, Jerry, we need Saquon. Hey, Jerry, I need to get Derrick Henry. No, we're going to get you Zeke. Right? Did those no, come on now. No. Did he see, I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it like that, guys. Because what I'm talking
Micah.
about.
Hek'ma Parsons.
No, see,
the big bazooka.
That's crazy. That ain't what I'm saying. Because what I'm saying, those things were filled in for Mike. Yeah. Just like when he got the job, Kellen Moore was a part of the furniture when he got there. Yeah. He didn't pick his own OC. Yeah. And look, and jokingly I say Mike McCarthy is the perfect middleman because of what he was groomed to be in Green Bay. He didn't pick his own groceries in Green Bay. He had to deal with what he had in Green Bay with Ted Thompson. That was the same book that was written for him there. So, look, my thing is this. When Dak comes out and says that this is my guy and he endorses him, I think he's talking from, like, he's being sincere. He's being serious when he says that's my guy. I would like for him to get the opportunity to stack the cupboard, to make some picks, maybe bring in some coaches, do something different with this roster that wasn't presented to him when he started.
Now, to further to what you said, he's always been consistent about Mike McCarthy. Mm-hmm. Okay, he's always been consistent. I like Mike. That's Mike. He's always been consistent there. But I'm just, when asked the question, I just truly believe there's no other lane to go down. So I'm not saying I don't believe him, but at the same time, Dak Prescott, that's the only lane you can go down right now. Yeah. The only, and you do, in my opinion, you do owe that man to cut for him from the standpoint. You went from being a dude who led the league in picks to a dude that led the league in touchdown passes, made second-team All-Pro, and you got a contract to be the highest dude around. I would like to think that you, no matter how you felt, hey man, let me try to help you get your bag.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
He's got very little juice in terms of what Jerry's going to do. Jerry's going to do what Jerry wants to do because he's the owner and the general manager. He always does.
Opinion Dak has. Okay.
Yeah, Dak has. Like Jerry will take his opinion. Hey, what you say? No, Jerry's always taking opinions, but at the end of the day, Jerry's going to do what he's going to do. And as we've kind of talked about on this show, if you bring Mike McCarthy back, it's going to be for multiple years.
Yes, it will.
That dude's not coming back on a 1-year deal.
2 years now.
Like some franchise tag. We're gonna franchise you, coach.
So you gonna run it back?
And that is how the Cowboys end the season. I've said this consistently, people, and all of us have had our friends say, "What do you think will happen?" I said, how the season ends will determine what Jerry does. Either way, whether your last 2 games are against Philadelphia and Washington, how do you end the year? It's going to be dictated on what he does.
Wow. So, I mean, you still like there's still more runway for Mike imminently for a decision to be made on as to whether he's retained?
Both ways.
Really?
Both. Jerry's emotional.
So if you get,
He's an emotional guy.
Man, because we wouldn't even entertain this conversation like you were just saying 2 weeks ago. It wasn't even a conversation to be entertained. But now all of a sudden,
you listen to the press conference. You hear what he's saying. He's like, oh, yeah. You know.
oh man,
It was funny because Clarence, when we were talking to media match, he said, if they win Monday night, he said, Jerry going to come out there proud as a peacock. Man. You all wrote a song. And that's Jerry. He can, Hek'ma, as many times as I thought Jason Garrett was going to get walked to the gallows, he kept coming back. This dude like Rasputin. And Jerry kept saving it. And I thought, right, 8-8, what's that? What is this? Again? So could he do that same Jason Garrett magic trick?
Wow.
And make it, hey, it was really you.
You can't spin. That's a hell of a spin.
Story.
You said Zeke. We ended up with Rico.
Yeah.
I had Cooper Rush. Look at what I did with Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush won a 3-game win. I mean, dude, there is a way that I could conceivably see Mike, because you heard Jerry's on the radio. Hey, he's a Super Bowl winning coach. I can see him come. That whole he shoot himself up. Jerry get high on his own product too now.
The pack.
He on his own product too.
The pack.
Oh my God.
Listen to what Biggie said.
So Hek'ma, that's why I say I've told. Are they losing in embarrassing fashion toward the end? Then that could be like, hey man, I can't do it. And then the fan like, I ain't buying it no more. Or if they go at the end like, see,
Man, they gonna play against a Philly team resting the starters, and then.
Man,
who knows what the Commanders and what they do? Who knows?
I just wow. They gonna run it back another 4?
You need to beat Joe Burrow on Monday.
Yeah,
you need to do that.
See that happening.
Vegas got your 6-point dog, but
At home.
Jerry's an emotional guy, man. I'm telling you, dude. I'd have bet twice. I'd have bet big money. Gone. Like, do you know how they do those you can bet on the odds? Because we get the odds on the man, I don't bet, but why don't put some stacks on there? Oh man, he can't 8-8 again? No. There he is, back printing T-shirts.
this is crazy.
Wow.
The crazy thing about it is 2 weeks ago, I thought it was a foregone conclusion. And nobody was even when you wanted to entertain it, have a conversation about it, not going to happen. And most of the time in this arena, when somebody's dug in media-wise on a subject, it's because they have firsthand knowledge.
Yeah.
They got firsthand knowledge. So you can waste your time with that all you want to, because we know. Now everybody's back to square one on this, whether you bring him back or not. And I'm shocked.
I'm confused.
I'm shocked because that's
So
right?
here it is now. Here comes Micah Parsons back. Ooh, okay. You see Micah making a difference. Cooks catches a touchdown. Bland is back playing good. You beat Washington. Those are when you're an emotional guy like Jerry, who doesn't like change.
Yeah.
Jason Garrett proved it, doesn't like change. Man. And then the way he flipped it here, he got on that win streak, he got a
But you get on the win streak because you get guys back healthy. Your team, you have guys coming back to serve. I mean, look at what DeRon Bland has done since he's been back. I mean, even in the Washington game, if he didn't have a pick or any of that, the way that he impacted that game,
yes,
they didn't even throw over there. This last game against the Giants, the same thing. What the Bengals are going to do, I think I'm very curious to know, because I know Joe Burrow's going to test him.
They're going to go at him.
He's going to go at him because he doesn't duck anybody. But if he goes over there and he gets picked off, he ain't going back.
So
he ain't going back, but you've gotten guys back healthy and your team looks different. You've allowed for Zach Martin to go and get healthy. And, oh, by the way, the piece that you brought in is actually contributing to your offensive line.
So stay there, Hek'ma. If you are Mike McCarthy and it's you and Jerry in that office up there, baby, I'm bringing all that up there. Hey, you saw what happened when I got my people back a little bit, right? Saw that, right? I deserve another shot. Jerry, if you're honest with yourself, did you really help me?
On another 4?
Did you help? You sold me on Zeke. I didn't want it. You sold it to me. I needed Derrick Henry. I needed Saquon. I mean, you just if you get in there and you catch him, dude, everybody can be twisted. Everybody. Jason Garrett made a tradition like no other. How many? Remember how many assistant coaches Jason went through? Coordinators he kept going through, man.
Cycled through a lot.
He burned.
That means you was out there with Jerry. You was spinning. You was Rasputin, and you look at that magic trick. It was him. You know.
Man.
You know. So could that happen? It could. We got to see how December goes. But don't be shocked because he's on the radio. He's already laying the groundwork that if he wanted to bring it back, he could.
But you the main one that said, Jerry says, don't believe nothing that I say.
Right. Just because I said it doesn't make it so.
Just because I said it.
Just go back to something you had said back in, like, I don't know, March or whatever. When you were talking, I believe it was Todd Archer. He told you the reason McCarthy was brought in here was to get past what Jason Garrett could
not do, right?
Which was get past at the divisional round.
Yes.
And
the man has plenty of opportunities. He had his players, all pros, the most all pros on any team. I believe it was like the past 2 years or something like that. And he hasn't been able to get past that level. And now it's just wild to me that he could go out there and win, maybe and go 8-9 or whatever.
Finish above 500. Finish above 500. He's 9-8. Yeah, missed the playoffs.
Wow.
You know what the hardest
in a contract year?
You know what the hardest thing to do is to put your pet down.
Oh yeah.
Well, the hardest thing is to put your pet down.
That's wow.
Jerry becomes close with these coaches, man. And in my time of covering, it's hard. It's hard for Jerry to go ahead and send old Jason out there to the gallows.
Don't do that.
He didn't do that.
He's still cold-blooded.
Not on red, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. What an analogy, though.
He's still crying about Wade Fields. I wish I wouldn't have sent Wade to the gallows. I still regret that.
That was a sad beat, man. That was a sad beat.
Right. I'm just telling you, man. This man still tell you how I hated to do. I made a mistake. I wish I hadn't done it. Then he crying up there on stage about Jimmy. I don't know why, but I put it up.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, that's so I'm telling you, man. So Jerry's showing you, man, he can't put that dog down.
That's wild.
Barry, you feel like you honestly feel like for you when you look at the landscape of NFL coaches, you're saying change is imminent.
I would have assumed.
Okay.
He was
but the way this man is spinning around. No, that's true. That is true.
Next, fire.
No, they did. They did switch him up.
He out there like Trump, you're fired.
They switched him up quick. Damn, we won an AFC championship. That man was fired the next year.
But none of those other things, none of those 12-5 seasons mean anything to you. None of the injuries. At any point, does that mean anything
mean a
for
lot.
you?
But then I go back to what Newy was telling me.
Yeah.
Like
that's why you were bought in.
Yeah, like regular season. Cool. You were brought here to take this team to the next level. Right. Get past the divisional. I ain't even talking about Super Bowl. Just get past the divisional. That's what you were brought here to do. I mean, am I wrong? That's what he was brought. Yeah. And he has yet to be able to do that. I understand this year, a lot of injuries, but the previous 3, 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. What happens in the playoffs?
So...
And it ain't like the playoffs is a close win here and there.
And last January would have been the time to do it. If you wanted to hold the feet to the fire and say, hey, man, you know what? Brought you in to go better. Not only we got blowed out.
Blowed out. The youngest team in the league.
Blowed out.
Came in here and blew you out.
But he said run it back.
Yeah, he did. He
did.
Then
no contract for you, no contract for the staff. He didn't give him all the help that he could have given him. So does he have guilt? Does he say, man, you came up at the end and you did this without you? That part of it, I don't know.
The youngest team in the league came in here and they
beat the brakes off
you up because what your Achilles heel was what they had. They had a running game that they could come in. And everybody that you lost to last season had one thing in common. They could run the ball on you. Mm-hmm. And they did it religiously. And they came into this season doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. Nothing has changed about it. Yeah.
Right. You know, they just passed the blueprint.
Here you go. Here, you got it.
Run. They can't run on me. I mean, that's how everybody just passing the blueprint around. So, but really, I do believe it's we gotta let it play out. I know it's a thing I've said before, but we gotta let it play out, Hek'ma, because how it plays out will determine it. I know for a fact Jerry was ticked off at that Green Bay.
He should have been.
Yeah, that was bad.
He should have been. He should have tore up that whole suite.
That was bad.
And
that was that bad.
And somewhere along the way, he got talked down. Talked down, let his anger sit.
You thought he was going to strip everything down after that.
It felt that way from talking to some folks in the building about like where he was, not happy. But this is what he did. So I said, got to see what happens in December. See what happens. You know, hey, look, if it's a losing December, then Mike's chances of staying here don't look good. If somehow they have a winning December and they get some game, okay. Could Jerry, if I had this and that, and he could, because I saw him do it with Jason Garrett.
If Cooper Rush goes out there and beats Joe Burrow, but Cooper Rush has already beat Joe Burrow before. Come on. What are we talking? All right.
This is
well,
where,
y'all
the
disrespect Mike, boy.
This is where the rumors start, right here.
I
heard. No, you said it on this show.
It's so many ways.
That's where it comes from.
You know, the man's like, the coach is going to be held accountable. Then the man said, just because I said it don't make it so. He's everywhere.
Wow.
Which makes it entertaining. All right, this show's brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming. When we come back, who are some free agents that the Cowboys need to bring back? Because they got a truckload of guys who are going to be free agents after the season. We'll do it with Hek'ma Harrison, Barry Church. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge on DallasCowboys.com.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle?
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Are you the 2024 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year? The Dallas Cowboys and Captain Morgan are celebrating extraordinary, inspiring, and original fans. Nominate yourself or the biggest Cowboys fan you know for a chance to be named the 2024 Fan of the Year and win prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59. Visit DallasCowboys.com/Fan of the Year. Go Cowboys! Back to the Players Lounge.
Celebrate the holiday season at AT&T Stadium. Get your tours of the home of the Dallas Cowboys, plus your photo taken with Santa and Mrs. Claus from December 10th through the 14th. Limited inventory is available. Secure tickets today at AT&TStadium.com/tours.
Hek'ma Harrison, appreciate that.
Gotcha.
He is in the Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat. So is Barry Church, former Cowboys safety. I am Newy Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge. Tell your friends all about us. Okay. A lot of free agents. for the Cowboys after the season. I mean, a lot of dudes
some
about to be
names.
free.
Give us some names.
So
Zeke?
the question. So for the purpose of this exercise, I'm going to ask who's one free agent you want back? Who's a free agent they cannot let get out of the building? Who's somebody that you say, man, we may even throw the tag on him because we cannot let the person get out of the building?
Tag.
Yes. Yes.
You got to give me some names because I don't have no.
Okay, I'll give you a name. Okay, a guy I cannot let get out of the building is Jordan Lewis.
100% agree.
Cornerback. In this league, he's a good slot guy. You just can't have enough corners. Can't have enough corners like you can't have enough pitchers in baseball. You need them. And in this division, it's a division where they got some players.
Yeah.
And they're going to keep getting them. And this is a division where I got Jay Daniels, quarterback of Washington. Who knows who the Giants go get.
Right.
And I got a Super Bowl quarterback in Jalen Hurts who's got some weapons. I need corners. So Bland is coming back. He'll go into the final year of free agency for him. Diggs is coming back. Both gentlemen have had injuries. I want Jordan Lewis back if I'm the Cowboys.
How many years Coop got left?
Cooper Rush, free agent.
Free agent.
Trey Lance, free agent.
Give me Coop. Give me Coop back. Give me Coop back on a similar deal. You understand what he brings to the table. You know, if you have your whole onslaught of players and it was just Prescott that had missed, I'm sure this team would be a lot better as well. Because we saw what Cooper Rush could do when he had his full onslaught of players. 4-1 out there. All right, so give me Cooper Rush back. What's his name? Anger, the punter, right?
Yeah.
Brandon Anger's a free agent.
Bring that man back too.
Oh, for sure.
That man is a coffin corner specialist. Flips the field. You got one of the best kicking units in the National Football League. When you talk about Aubrey, when you talk about the kicker as well, bring that group back. All right, those are two for me off the rip. I'm not sure about Odigizua.
Damn, man.
I'm not sure, man. Because
that's where the controversy lies.
He's one of these guys that, towards the latter part of the season, he's starting to come alive a little bit.
Yeah.
He's starting to make some plays in there, but is he a flash player or is he consistent? Can he be a consistent, dominant guy in the trenches? Yeah. We've seen flashes where he can go in there, man, Diggy's look good, 97 look good. Yeah. But then we also seen games where he gets put out the club. So, my bad. No white tees. But we've seen those type of instances. I can't. I can't. You know how Martin used to have a rag dog back in the day?
Yes.
Get out the club. We've seen that. But we've also seen him be dominant in specific games. Washington, New York to come to mind. He's passed 2 games. So I'm not so sure on Odigizua, but bring me to punter and bring me back. Matter of fact, is Hoffman up soon too?
Yes.
Yeah. I gotta have him back.
Gotta have him.
Yeah.
I'm taking them off.
No, you took them off. It's over.
No, you didn't. You left. There's still one. There's one hanging out there that I didn't mention, but I had to pick one, so I went with Lewis. But I got my number 2 sitting up in here right now. So,
well, who was your number 2?
Kevontae Turpin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's going to make the Pro Bowl. He's a difference maker. I am one of those people that believes that the three phases matter in games, and Kevontae Turpin is a guy that I know Bill Belichick has a high regard for, and Bones Fossil has a high regard for. I still believe they haven't gotten enough usage out of him from an offensive standpoint.
Yeah,
So to me, I look at Kevontae Turpin as being a key piece that they need to expand his game.
Not wanting to poke holes in what you guys are saying, but just looking at Jordan Lewis, I believe Jordan Lewis had a great year, has had great years where he's been a guy that stayed healthy. When healthy, he's been tough for you as a nickel. It's hard to find nickels, as you've talked about in the NFL, but you've also seen where they've been able to develop guys. You saw Josh Butler, who just, with the ACL deal, what type of comeback can he make? Kalen Carson hadn't had his best performance, but there are the other bit, Keemon Hall, guys like that have come on that you believe in that cornerback room as well. Al Harris has brought some guys on. I believe that when you look at DaRon Bland, even though he's been great as an outside corner, one of the things that makes him so versatile is his ability to drop down in the nickel. So, I mean, you still have a little leeway there when you start talking about Jordan Lewis and whether I don't think you tag him by any means or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, his value may be in development of some of your other guys. I like J-Lou. Okay, let me just go ahead and say that. Kevontae Turpin, look, I think for him as a special teams gadget guy, for me, I love what he's doing. There are a lot of people out there that think that he needs to be into the passing game a lot more. Okay.
Hands right.
That's Okay, but see, we know that.
Yeah,
we know that there's a lot of people that don't know that, right? So that's where I'm at. But Osa Odigizua for me is the one guy that I'm saying to myself, I believe you can give me more. You're not as enigmatic as they're trying to make you out to be. Yeah. I think you can honestly be a guy. How many good that's not a lot of them in the league anymore. And with the Cowboys, you question that even in this draft because they need a 3 technique bad. I don't care who they keep free agent-wise. I don't care who they let go. They got to go into this draft and get a 3 technique. You got to get a defensive tackle. Hell, you got to get a 1. A 1 tech 2, right? So
not 1, not 2. Not 3.
You got all of those things, but there are a lot of people that say, "Oh man, the Cowboys keep winning, man. You're dropping down in the draft." I don't care whatever you do in this draft, you got to go and get the best defensive lineman that they have, and also the best offensive lineman in those later, hands down. You got to find it. Skill position. You can talk about wide receivers. You give me offensive and defensive linemen in this draft.
Y'all bringing D-Law back?
No, can't do it.
Kendricks?
Can't do it.
Who's your coaching staff?
Yeah, that's true.
What defense are you running? I mean, that would go to my same thing about an Osa. What's my defense? Who's my defensive coordinator? Okay. That's going to be play a part there. I'm not with Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis has shown you he can play any defense since he's been here.
That's fair.
Yeah. And by the way, guard slots in this league, you need that.
100%.
But the talking about the deal, I'm with you 100%. This has been a problem for this team for the last 4 years. They have not addressed it enough, in my opinion. But where does Osa Odigizua fall in the free agent market? Is he going to cost you a lot of money? Is it get to the point where you look last year with Armstrong? You like the player.
Yeah.
But Washington came with a good dollar number, or even Biotish. You like the player, but you ain't like him at $10 million. Yeah. How is Osa out there? What's your comfortability level when you say, hey man, am I better off trying to load up here with a couple guys, or do I go there? I mean, that to me is the because he's, like you said, he's got some talent.
Yeah, he does.
Somebody would we be shocked if he went somewhere else and was able to make some plays?
No.
And I'm not. When I look at Saquon, you say, look at what this man could do with a healthy offensive line and some other weapons around him, where they just can circle on him. What if you put Osa on a line where there's more Pro Bowl talent right there on that at the D tackle position?
Yeah, that'd be
that 1 technique has to be double teamed. You have to make sure this guy is not disrupted, so that frees him up on the 1-on-1. But that's the same argument that you get for Micah Parsons, because that's what defenses have to do. Here's the thing: if Osa outprices himself, I thank him for his services. We don't fight. Okay, because what I got to do anyway is in undrafted free agents, I got to bring in defensive tackles. He's going to be competing anyway when he come back. All right, so that's what I'm saying. And I want to take back what I said about Eric Kendricks, because I feel like he's one of those pieces for the young guys. You see the influence that he's had on Overshawn. You see the influence that he's having on Morris Leofau. You talk about guys that when you were coming into the league that were impressions on you. And I don't think what he does as a middle linebacker is stopping those guys from getting reps. So as long as he's not doing that, I'm okay with bringing him back. You know that when he comes back, he's going to have some durability issues. Yeah, he's going to miss about 3 games out of the season. You can live with that.
That's one of those where I go to what's my coordinator want. Like when DQ had certain kind of guys he wanted, Zim had certain kind of guys he wanted. That's to me where Eric Kendricks falls into. I got to see who's my coordinator and what's his comfortability level. I can remember at the end of Greg Ellis's career, and Zim was a coordinator. Zim loved Greg because he's like, you know what, he's dependable. I know what he's going to do. And I think Kendricks is that same way for a guy like Zim. Right? He knows, Zim likes guys like that. So if Zimmer's back here, then yeah, you want to entertain having Kendricks back. But if he's not, then maybe he doesn't fit.
That's true.
And that's that whole dichotomy of some of these players. How do they fit in your scheme? But for me, Lewis can play for anybody.
Yeah. Oh, he can.
He can play. Turpin can play for anybody.
Yeah.
You know, those kind of guys right there help
bring
you
him
fit.
back.
But yeah, Price is always this crazy thing when you talk about free agency. And I mean, dude, I like Byron Jones, but when he got that contract for the Dolphins, you can't match that.
You couldn't match
Price
that.
yourself out.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. Good luck.
Tyler Biadasz, you're not a $10 million player. Now, he's been a $10 million player for Washington,
yeah.
but he wasn't a $10 million player here. All right, let's get our final break in here. This guy we were talking about as a bust. Is he off the bus list?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
I know you ain't.
Yeah, no,
That ain't who I think it is. I know that ain't who I think it is.
We'll see. That's why you got to come back.
Man.
That's why you got to come back on the Players Lounge. Brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming on DallasCowboys.com.
I almost leave now.
Hey, Danny McCray here for Smoothie King. You know every great workout deserves a great reward. So treat yourself right with new coconut smoothie bowls. Made with real fruit, crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, creamy coconut, and topped with the chocolate hazelnut or honey drizzle. With 2 new flavors, it's perfect for you and the workout buddy. So you both can stay on track even after you leave the track. Scoop up new coconut smoothie bowls only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2024 NFL season, Boss teamed up with the Cowboys and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection. The Boss Cowboys collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Arriving just in time for the start of the season, the distinctive attire from the latest Boss Cowboys expansion offers sports aficionados and true bosses the chance to show their team spirit and style. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, HugoBoss.com, and Boss retail stores. # be your own boss.
Raising Cane's presents the other rules of football. Rule 1, any broadcast without the express edition of cook-to-order Cane's chicken fingers is prohibited. Rule 12, no crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, or craveable Cane's sauce constitutes an illegal formation. And Rule 31, anybody who loves to feed their game face is an eligible receiver of Cane's. When it comes to winning game day, Cane's rules. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
The 2025 NFL Pro Bowl games are taking over Orlando, and the roster is up to you. Cast your ballot for the 2025 Pro Bowl games. Vote and send your favorite Dallas Cowboy players to compete in the ultimate AFC versus NFC showdown this February. Vote now at probowl.com/vote.
Thank you, Hek'ma Harrison. You're in the Players Lounge brought to you by Aristocrat
Will it
Gaming.
be El Boogie?
No, it will not. It will not.
Hey. Let's go to the book. Yeah, you already. Yeah, man. Nah, it's all good, man.
It's all good.
You good money, man.
You want my blood?
No.
I was wrong. I'll stand up there on that cross for elbow.
He had a chance.
Yeah,
You got a
there's
chance.
No chance.
It
There's no
ain't
chance.
over with.
It ain't over with.
No, it
That
ain't.
voting start. Stop. I
Tell you
forget
right
when
now,
that stopped.
it's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's all over. It was all a dream. It was all a dream.
Oh, man.
I'm Newy Scruggs. That's Barry Church,
Yes,
former
sir.
Dallas Cowboys safety. All right, so
Trash.
this player was trending on the bus list this year. You like bust, El Busto.
El
Busto.
Yeah. Who you got, man?
But the past three games,
Oh, man.
tight end Luke Schoonmaker is looking like
that boy good,
he
man.
is not a bust. Go back to the Houston game 3 weeks ago when Ferguson went out.
Good, man.
6 catches, 56 yards. Washington, 3 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown. And then last week against the Giants on Thanksgiving Day, 5 catches, 33 yards.
Thought you was about to jump out the
I
cake.
thought you was about to jump out the cake.
What do you think I'm about to talk about?
Not nobody.
You
nobody.
Ragdoll specialist.
But Michigan man, Luke Schoonmaker.
Yeah. You had us.
Hail to me.
How'd it go? You had us in the first half. I ain't gonna lie.
All right.
Luke Schoonmaker. I mean, what was Scooney not looking like a bust?
He was.
He was.
Okay. And he was in line.
Yeah,
he was in line for that, and especially the production at the beginning of the season when y'all were talking about him and his reps that he's got. I mean, what's my man Span Forward?
Span Forward
Looked like Froggy. He just jumped right over that man. I mean, it was happening, and then that's how it happened. You get your opportunities. Guys go down, another guy gets an opportunity to step up. Schoonmaker's made the best of this opportunity. Blocking-wise, catching-wise, I mean, he's filled in nicely. And, not looking so bustish.
No, he ain't looking bustish because when you look at the tape and look at these past games that Ferguson has missed, his offense hasn't missed a beat. And it's actually gotten an uptick from the tight end position when you talk about what Schoonmaker's been able to do in the past game. So, to me, the one area that was a concern to him was his ability to block, and he's gotten better at that. You've seen the runs that Rico Dowdle's been able to produce. He's been a part of that offensive line blocking. So, he's taken the most of his opportunities, and to me, this is why I never wanted to miss a game. Not one game. Because can't be confusing that this is a business at the end of the day. Yeah. And you might be cool with everybody in the locker room. There might be your boy over there. But I'm not about to give you a chance to slide up on what I already got. And that was been my mindset from the beginning. Like, we all cool. We going for the same goal. But at the end of the day, I got to put food on my plate. So I never wanted to miss an opportunity, whether it's practice, especially being undrafted, whether it's practice, whether it's in the meeting room, I was not missing nothing.
How did you get put on?
Exactly.
Because somebody missed.
Somebody missed. My guy, Pat Watkins, was here. He missed all of OTAs. Man, that was my guy. One of the leaders in the safety room. But he missed all the OTAs, missed, half a training camp. I slid in there and get these couple reps, got a couple plays. Next thing you know, they rotated and it went on from there. But telling you, man, you don't want to miss an opportunity out here, especially when you got a young, hungry guy underneath you, man. So
Bill Parcells had the great line. Said, you don't want to lead a huddle because you don't know who's coming in.
Facts. That's all a fact. Church, you want a breather? No. Yeah. I ain't going nowhere.
Drew Bledsoe went out. Some guy named Brady went in.
Never seen him again.
Never saw him again. That was the end.
Drew Bledsoe went out. Romo went in.
Never seen him again.
Drew turned in retirement papers and got the wine business.
Same for Tony.
Tony went out.
Yeah. That's a business.
Well, Kellen Moore went in, then Kellen went out, and then Dak went in. So yeah. I mean,
it's tough,
dude. This is the business. This is the business. But Jake Ferguson, McCarthy spoke earlier in the week. Said, you know what, he looks good. McCarthy and I had asked him the question about Schooney, and he said, Schoonmaker does all the work. He's like, he comes in early. He's in the film. So he says he does the work. So for him, he said it was really a matter of all of the work he's been doing and then finally getting the result. Kind of like you go to the gym and you think you don't see any results and things aren't going the way, and then one day, boom, there's exponential growth. And like, bam, you're there.
Yeah.
So Schooney is no longer, in my opinion, the bust that he was looking and trending.
Wouldn't it be crazy for a guy to be on the brink and he have a bad attitude and not be the guy that's working as hard as the next guy, and then he get the opportunity and he's not ready for? How many times have you seen that happen in sports? Guy sitting there pouting about his opportunities and his reps, and then he gets an opportunity, he doesn't take advantage of it.
Johnny Manziel?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you've seen it. You've seen it happen to a lot of guys. And Schoonmaker, again, he could have been making waves in the media. I know he doesn't seem like that kind of personality as a person anyway, but still staying patient, waiting for his moment, not even listening to the naysayers. And right now, even Jake Ferguson, he's coming back from a concussion. Mm-hmm. You need him. Even with the successes you've had these last couple of games, I think this wide receiver group, you still need somebody. All right, you're still not getting the production that you need out there, and I'm telling you, if I'm Rush, I'm like, bring Ferguson back ASAP. I know the rest of these guys are good, but what you get from Ferguson is a lot more than what you get from Luke Schoonmaker, and I mean it's just apparent in the production. Okay. Ferguson hasn't had the year that we wanted him to have. Okay, no, come on. I know.
Tried to tell you. Tried to tell you.
He gonna be all right.
Man. I got Hunter Lipke. I got El Boogie. You wearing Ferg.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's tough, right? It's tough.
Man.
But we got to get it back.
Sam Laporte. Sam Laporte over there.
Ferg, Kittle, Kelsey. I said, whoa.
Hold on, player. Hold on, player.
Dip on the chip.
That's called jumping out the cake. I did that. Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake.
Up there with Biggie and Pac.
Put him up top,
Ferg, Biggie, Pac.
Put him up top. For sure.
Ferg, Biggie, Pac. Biggie and Pac in here.
Well, you ain't gonna live it
How
down.
long will they warn man?
They won't let you live it down on the Players Lounge.
How do you
can
want it?
forget about it.
You know,
if you say it on the Players Lounge,
they gonna remember.
The Book of Integrity.
Hey, man.
Will burn you every time. It'll burn you. There's somebody in the Scruggs household burn that book. Get rid of it. So we can start anew.
Hey, man. Yeah, look, we all can. Man, some dude clowned me on Twitter about I posted a little picture of my Pembroke cup. He said, "Does it say trustee on it?"
Wow. They don't forget. Yikes.
Yeah.
That took you a minute. You had to put your phone down, didn't you? Count to 10, Newy.
I was like, God, man, we go to the Bible, man.
I know this dude ain't say that.
Oh, you send him scripture. There you go.
I ain't sent him none. I read it myself.
Okay.
Let me not put this phone down.
That's what I know Newy cussing. If he see me, if he see you scripture, then man, it's all over.
You get the phone. It's the phone.
I mean, really?
That boy, hey, man. Cat was wild out.
But they also say, man, people, okay, the podcast catching on. Because that ain't been. It's been a minute since Danny rolled like that on there.
Yeah,
man.
that's been a grip. That was early. That was way early.
Yeah, somebody time wore the jersey.
Boy, trustee, baby.
It said Russell had like
that was a whole episode.
That was an old school.
Hey, you're a crazy sport though, because that was a whole episode. It was just
there was multiple. That was a doggone. That was like a season.
Season 1.
They say trustee on it.
Season. And then he found the Vanilla Ice. The Vanilla Ice thing he found,
about
man.
that.
Yes.
That boy did some digging. That's what we missed. That boy would dig. He would dig.
He gonna find something. That dude.
Yeah, he
gonna find some things, man.
Well, he gonna put some hot sauce on
that
it.
boy.
Thought you was clean.
The Brahma buzz. They ain't talking about the Brahmas in the minute. That left me
I'm about to get him signed too. I'm about to get him signed. I got him right there in the closet, waiting for the Rock to come back. The girl who work over there at the UFL, I'm like, let me know when Dwayne's back in town, because I'm gonna take him over.
Hey man, go
sign. That's right. Sign.
Find him
to
something.
Newy, the Rock.
Don't get your Brahma signed. Newy, let it go, dog.
Yeah, someone get him signed. All right. Collect it. Collect these. Collect these Brahmas.
Oh man, y'all. Oh, damn.
It is time to go. Thank you, Hek'ma Harrison. Thank you, Barry Church. I'm Newy Scruggs. Hopefully, you were entertained by the Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming for Chris Bean, Jazz, Josh, and everybody that makes this happen.
But I say nothing about those Zach Martin.
I'll kill you, man.
But I say nothing. I'm done, man. We gotta get out of here.
Goodbye.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!